Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne's Sharp World, where today I have another episode brought to you guys by Caviso. Be sure to look them up for all of your knife and EDC needs, as well as your camping and outdoor gear. They're a great supplier of that as well. But today we are talking all Benchmade knives, and we have 4 pretty sweet Benchmades to take a look at. 3 of which I have never handled. One's a gold class. I've handled a smaller one, but nonetheless, it's a gold class, so it's a completely another level. And then we have a couple that I've never handled, and I gotta say, I've been very impressed with them. The best thing about this video is these are all on sale. As a matter of fact, every single Benchmade is on sale at Caviso. Use the code WAYNE, save yourself 20% off every Benchmade knife in stock there. It's a hell of a deal, and it's only going to get worse the longer you wait because they're going to keep selling, and before you know it, they'll be gone. So hop on over there, take a look at their stock, use that code WAYNE, save yourself 20%, and let's take a look at the 4 knives we have for you today. Now, this one is one that everyone has seen the bug out, but a lot of people have not seen this bug out. And this is a bug out that I have not handled myself, and out of all the bug outs in the world, at least production bug outs, this is the one that is most attracted me, mostly for these scales here. Now, as everybody knows, the normal production Benchmade comes with some pretty crappy scales I don't think anybody likes. These are not those. These are very finely milled aluminum scales with a black Cerakoted blade and some red highlights that pop very well, and just gives it a very nice outfit overall. Now, you still have the great ergos, the slicey blade, everything good with the bug out, but you have an infinite extra amount of durability. Maybe not infinite, but a whole lot more durability in this handle than you do pretty much any other bug out. There's a carbon fiber version that's pretty nice, but this is the most durable bug out that you can buy that is in stock form. You buy it from Benchmade, it comes to you just like this. And it's just really, really good. I've been super excited to get this one in hand. And what strikes me the most with this is how light it is and the fact that there's really no internal milling. Still super stupid light. Don't have the actual weight on this guy, but it is, and it's definitely a little heavier than the regular bug out with those cheap Grivery scales, but I would take this 100 out of 100 times versus the original bug out. Now, granted, this is a little more in price, but you're also getting M390 steel and not that S30V. So everything is premium and everything is upgraded on this knife. And it is definitely, if you want to get a bug out and not have to do anything to it, but you want a durable bug out with an improved steel, look no further than this guy right here, and you can get it for 20% off at Caviso. So hell of a deal, banger deal, and a very good way to start this video. This bug out right here, and we're going to keep this bug out around. We're going to use it for size comparisons for the next 3. And the next one is an assisted bug out. Or it's not an assisted bug out. It's an assisted Benchmade. They don't make assisted bug out. What the hell is wrong with me? But what we have here is one that I've really wanted to check out. And it's one that has a very sleek, classy, kind of stealthy, maybe not stealthy, but sleek and classy look to it. This here is the Benchmade Arcane, and let me just get a picture of this so you can see. The 490, the Arcane 490. This is the blue class, and first of all, just take a look at this guy. It is so sleek, and look at this assist. The blade, I gotta say, this is one of the stronger assisted knives I've ever handled in terms of just like the blade flying out. It feels like an automatic. It has the force of an automatic, not quite a ProTech, but a very powerful deployment, and it's a very satisfying deployment. I will say, for an assisted knife, now you still have the, you know, it's assisted, so you get, it's basically a two-handed closer, especially with the Axis style of locking mechanism, but very effortless, very enjoying deployment. And there is a safety on this one, and I'm going to say this right now. This is a knife that you got to use the safety on, in my opinion. If I bought this knife and I carried it, I would 100% be using the safety because I can't really tell you guys how light I'm pushing to deploy this blade, but it's very easy to flip this blade out. Now, that's a good thing. It's effortless. It's nice. It's you know, it's good, but I wouldn't want this in my pocket with the safety nut on. So I have to throw that out there as a precaution for everyone. It's not a dangerous knife by any means. That's why it has a safety. That's why it's completely safe. But I would definitely recommend engaging that safety when you're carrying this one in the pocket. But what you have here is a nice, slicey S90V blade. And there is one thing that I do know from Benchmade through my experience and through basically everyone else's experience that I've heard of. I've heard nothing but good things of Benchmade's heat treat. Not just on S90V, but on all their steels. I've heard nothing but good things. I'm sure there's going to be someone that says, oh, I didn't have a good experience. Well, there's a first time for everything, but general consensus is Benchmade does a fantastic job with their heat treat, and S90V is definitely a premium steel, if not a very high-end steel. So it's one that's going to have some great edge retention, and I think pairs really well with this knife, because I think this knife is definitely more of like a gentleman / true EDC carry. It's not something you're going to want to be like a super heavy user. It probably could be, but it's definitely more of kind of a classier looking knife in my opinion. Even with the assisted opening, it's very nice. And I will say that the safety does work really, really good. There's a little bit of rock in the safety because the way the safety works, it just is like that. But again, it's really no big deal because you pop it off, blade flies out. So yeah, that's the Arcane. Very unique one from Benchmade. I really like the vibes of this, like the clip. The clip is stone washed. It's still somewhat satiny. But it does have a light stonewash finish, pretty deep carry, good ergos, pretty nice knife. If you like assisted knives, this is definitely a higher end Benchmade that's assisted, that's worth checking out. But it is a two-hand closer, and that is the Benchmade Arcane. Next up here, this may very well, I think I would consider this one my favorite knife of these four. And when I first had these knives sent to me, I did not think in a million years this would be my favorite one. But I really enjoyed this one. It's just a fun knife to deploy and fidget with, and it has a lot of cutting edge. What we have here, I'm just gonna show you first, the Benchmade Fat, the 417 Fat. This is from the black class, and this is not the automatic version. They do make an automatic version of this knife, which is slightly more premium, with, I believe, S90V or 20V steel, and it is an automatic by using the axis lock makes an automatic. Oh, real quick, I had that grand idea of using the bug out as a size comparison, and then I didn't use it as a size comparison. So let's use it as a size comparison real quick. Let's put it up to the Arcane. As you can see, the Arcane is just about the same size, just a hair longer than the bug out. So very close in overall size there. So if you want something like a bug out, but a little different, the Arcane's a good option. Now let's whip out this Fact, and you got a whole lot of blade here. A whole lot of blade, more like a stiletto style blade though, so it's very different. It's stiletto, but it kind of loses its class because it has more of a tactile handle that has excellent grip. The milling here is very precise and grippy. You don't have to worry about this knife coming out of your hand. I would definitely put this in the tactical category, and as you can see, considerably longer than the bug out. Now, not nearly as slicey of a blade, two completely different cutting geometries here, but at the end of the day, if you just want something that can cut something, both of these knives are gonna cut something just fine. And this one is just very unique and very different, and what you get from it that I really enjoy is a really unique action because it's a very long blade, but it's still kind of a light blade, but closing it is very enjoyable for me, as well as flipping it out. It's just a very big, unique blade, especially when it comes to a Benchmade, and you can definitely middle finger flick this better than I did. Just like that, you can middle finger flick it pretty well, but closing it is really fun. Takes just a little wrist, and it just like swings closed. It's such a light blade. It's weird because it's a very long blade, but it's also a very light blade. So when you're closing it, you're seeing this big object come swinging in, but you don't really feel much. You just see it, I guess is the best way to explain it. And it's just a very fun knife to open, close, and it's gonna be a plenty good enough knife to use. Got that S30V steel, which I still love S30V. You know, it's still a great high-end steel. Good edge retention, and overall just a very nice knife. It's definitely not your regular Benchmade. This is definitely in the tactical category, and some may even call it like some sort of a dressy, like a tactical gentleman's carry, I guess. You could put it in there with the Fair and Forged Stinger. I've called it that before. Definitely somewhat of a tactical gentleman's carry. Pretty solid ergos, very, very good grippy ergos, and just a very nice blade, excellent blade for piercing, and just a very nice looking knife, and one that I really, really enjoyed. Really surprised by this one, the Benchmade Fat. And next up, we have the banger, the gold class. And now we've never had a gold class on the channel, so this is the first one. As you can see, it's manual with Dama steel, which I'm pretty sure they all are. Let's take a look and see what we got here, and it's a Mini Osborne. This here is the Mini Osborne 945-221 gold class, and I've got to say, this is definitely a very premium feel for a bug out, or for a bug out. Bug out is just stuck in the head tonight. For a Benchmade, very nice flipping action, brings out a beautiful Dama steel blade with a very, very somewhat mesmerizing pattern. You got your serial number up there, 3247. I don't know how many that's out of. I don't know if that's out of, does it say on the box here? It may say on the box. Let's see. Is it out of 3,500 or 4,000 or 5,000? I don't know how many of these were actually made. But I can tell you this is going to run you about, I think, $700, but 20% off this. Very few chances do you get to score 20% off a Benchmade gold class. So, yeah. Get them while the getting's good. But excellent Arctic Storm Fat carbon. Some very nice anodization on the blue. And just, again, black hardware goes very well with everything. Nice clip. It's the Mini Osborne just completely decked out. And look at that backspacer. That gold pop there. Kind of a nice 3D separating backspacer. Just an excellent, excellent piece. And the action on this is pretty good. It's a slightly stiff out of the box, but it broke in very, very well. And definitely one that would make, really, it would make a good user as well as a collection piece. And it still has that excellent action that the Mini Osborne has always had. I've handled one of the production versions of this guy before, and it was fantastic. Really, really enjoyed that. And of course, how can you not enjoy this one just a little more with all the extraness to it, I guess? It's got everything. It's got all the bells and whistles completely decked out. Definitely one of the cooler Benchmades I've ever come across. Maybe not a true EDC, but it could definitely be a killer special occasion carry, and one that I think a lot of people would really, really enjoy. The Benchmade Mini Osborne Gold Class, and as you can see, there we go. Yeah, it's a good one. Very, very good one. And that's just 4 of them, guys. We'll pull them back out here for you to take a look at, but keep in mind, there is a whole showroom floor of them over at Caviso that is begging to get bought. And if you use that code Wayne, you'll save 20% off any of these knives, as well as any of the other Benchmades in stock at Caviso. Hop on it now while you can, while the getting's good. It's the holidays, great time to do it. Let me know what you guys think of this. Really hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until the next one, I'm out.